What is up? What is up? What is up? Y'all got y'all bags packed? That's all I'm coming next. I'm starting it off like that. We coming in hot. Do y'all have y'all bags packed? Man, we gotta talk. We got some things to talk about today. I'm the football girly, but I've been working with Angel Reese since her LSU days, and it wouldn't be right if I didn't come out here and talk about this trade. Angel Reese is finally released from the shackles. She is released from the shackles of the Chicago sky, and she's headed to Atlanta. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I ain't gonna lie. When the news broke, I didn't even see it honestly. I was talking to my homegirl. She hit me up and she was like, "Hey, did you see what happened?" I'm like, "No, what's going on? Like I just, just got up not too long ago. What's going on?" And she was like, I sent you something, like just check it out." And sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, I would have to double check her because she be seeing stuff online and she be getting she be getting tricked by fake posts. So I was like, okay, let me go check it out. So I pulled it up and it said Angel Reese traded to the Atlanta Dream. I said, what? So I'm looking, I'm trying to see who it was coming from, and I'm like, wait a minute. This came from Bleacher Report. So I clicked on the page. I go over there. First thing popped up on the page. I'm like, okay, this is, Bleach Report is a very, very good source. So, okay, if it's true, let me go to Twitter. Twitter, I always gonna have the tea. So I get on Twitter. What's the first thing that I see? Taylor Rooks. And I'm like, first of all, Taylor Rooks do not break news. If y'all been following Taylor Rooks, she's more of NBA. She's all thing NBA. She dabbled a little bit into the NFL last year, but she mostly just do like the NBA stuff. So when I seen it, I'm like, okay, so if she's seeing it, it gotta have some type of validity to it. So I'm like, so of course, maybe like 5-10 minutes later, I'm scrolling on there, and then I see Angel. She posted it. Then of course the Sky had posted it. But can we just shout out to Taylor Rooks. First of all, shout out to Angel for being a girl's girl and breaking the news to Taylor first. I think it's a dope moment because, like I said, Taylor Rooks is not somebody who breaks news. Most of the time when news is being broken, you're gonna see it come from like a Shams. You're gonna see it come like from an ESPN. When Ian Rappaport, when he was in the game still, you would see stuff come from him. So for her to break it to Taylor, like that just shows me that Angel has always been a girl's girl, and she gave that news to Taylor first and let Taylor break it. So I thought that was super, super dope. But again, man, I think this is crazy. Chicago they already had started this season off super, super crazy. With the expansion draft. They didn't even protect any of their players. They sent their picks to Toronto and to the Tempo to the Fire, to the Toronto and to Fire. So they can say, hey, don't pick none of our players. We're just gonna send y'all some picks. So y'all don't take anybody off our squad. And a lot of people was wondering, like, I'm sorry, y'all, my eyelashes doing something crazy. But a lot of people were wondering then, like, what is Chicago Sky doing? Like, why are they protecting a very, very bad roster? Like, there's literally maybe only a few people on their roster that's even worth, protecting anyways. And of course, it would be Angel Reese. I would have probably protected Camilla, HVL. I actually like Michaela Onawarne. I probably would have protected her too. But other than that, everybody else is up for grabs. Like, and they probably would protect the Ariel because they gave up a pick for her. But other than that, everybody else would have been up for grabs. So, like I said, I think they started this season off wrong, and everybody was just like, hey, like, why did you protect this bum ass roster? Like, and to be honest with you, y'all, like last year, I'm not even gonna lie, because like last season, and I'm new to the. I'll say this, so I'm gonna be 100% transparent with y'all. So I'm new to the WNBA. I literally started watching, where I started paying attention more to the WNBA whenever Angel got drafted. I followed Angel from LSU, and when she came to the WNBA, it was super exciting the first year, like to see her going to the WNBA, dominate her first year. She was a really good player, young player, and just to see her have that motor that she had, like I was super proud of Angel. I loved her. I loved the team they had at the time. I loved Teaspoon. I loved Kennedy Carter. I just loved the whole type of team they had going on there. And then of course, we all know that second season they fired. Going into the second season, they fired Teresa Witherspoon, and that kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I mean, me as well, because I'm just like, hey, she's a rookie head coach. Like, what do you expect from her? And they released that bogus statement talking about, oh, the it's supposed to we like I think the and I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry, y'all, but pretty much they said they fired her because the expectations is to make the playoffs. That's what I was trying to say. The expectations for the Sky was to make the playoffs. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then, they bring in Tyler Marsh, and Tyler Marsh is, he's very, very well respected, especially being with the Aces. He help Asia develop and more so they bigs on their team. So, everybody was kind of happy, like, okay, they got a coach that's gonna come in, they're gonna develop Angel, they're gonna develop Camilla. And Tyler Marsh just came in and he just looked like he was lost, essentially. Like this team probably had the worst record than they did before the year before. They had I think the year with Teaspoon, I think they had about 12 wins or 12, 13 wins. And then last year they only had about like 10 wins. Like they were worse than what they were the previous season. And of course, Tyler Marsh is a rookie head coach as well. But it's also one of those things, like I said, when they put this roster together at the beginning of the season, I'm just looking like this roster looked like a bunch of misfits on here. Like I'm not even gonna lie, then y'all gave up y'all whole future to get an area Atkins as if y'all were one player away from winning the whole thing. So I was just like the whole thing to me was just a mess from the beginning. And like I said, I didn't like the way Tyler Marsh, his schemes, his some of his coaching decisions. And like I said, he's a rookie head coach. You got to give grace, but if the standard and the expectation is for this team to make the playoffs, I feel like you got to keep that same energy. I hate it. At one point, I'm just like, you know what? Fire Tyler Marsh. You need to fire Tyler Marsh. If that's the expectations, fire him. But then I was like, it would suck for, for Angel, Camilla, and these other young players to keep getting a new coach every single year. But if that's the expectation, Tyler Morris needs to go because I feel like he's not what this team means. So I ain't gonna lie to you. So I really didn't watch a lot of the games last year. I just didn't like what was going on. And then at the end of the year, of course, Angel came out and said what she said. Of course, her words got kind of twisted and the team suspended her. And after that, once I seen the team suspended her, I was like, yeah, Angel's probably not gonna come back. And if I was her, I would ask to be out. Honestly, like that was, and this was just my thought. This is my train of thought. I'm just like, if I'm Angel, I would ask to. They would have to get me up out of there at this point because y'all kind of like throwing me under the bus. Like I'm just saying, like we need to be a better team. And she didn't call nobody by name, but at the end of the day, like she was right. In hindsight, she was right. But for you to throw your star player under the bus like that and to blame a lot of stuff on her, I think that kind of rubbed her the wrong way. And I think that just kind of made both sides be like, you know what, we kind of got to part ways. Now, as far as like the trade, the picks that they got in return for Angel, they got a first round in the 2027 and they got a first round in 2028, which to me, neither one of these picks makes sense, because first of all, Atlanta is going to be a good team. Atlanta was in contention last year. And so, of course, with them adding Angel Reese, they're going to be another playoff team. So that means that pick from Atlanta is not even going to be a high pick. And so I seen a lot of people online say, "Oh, we probably, he actually did a good thing, because we're tanking for Juju, but you're not even gonna be a top pick to even get Juju." And then the pick that you did have, the high pick that you do have, it's a pick swap with Washington. So if you were to get the number one and Washington was to get the three, they just gonna swap them out, and now they got the first pick, and y'all not even gonna get Juju. But I'm saying all this to say, the only way I see that this makes sense is because, it was just speculations all over Twitter yesterday. Twitter was going crazy up and down my timeline. I seen all kind of stuff. But it was being reported that Angel Reese didn't even ask to be traded. Like I said, I feel like I'll say the Chicago front office probably felt like what Angel said last year. It was like it probably rubbed some players wrong in the locker room, and they was probably like, "Hey, you know what? Let's just go our separate ways." And us going our separate ways, like I said, the only way this makes sense with them getting what they got back for her is because they did this out of a favor for Angel. And I'm not trying to give them no credit, honestly. I'm not trying to give Chicago Sky no credit for this, but what they got back in return for her, I feel like they did this as a favor for Angel to say, "Hey, you know what? You came in, you are a moneymaker, you know, we sold tickets, we bought in the fandom, we building a new facility, we got money from you being here. So, as a favor, we're gonna send you to wherever you wanted to go." And it was just circulating that it was a few teams that they said that Phoenix Mercury was in the mix, Dallas was in the mix, and Minnesota was in the mix, and of course Atlanta. And when you look at all those rosters, of course, Dallas over there with Enrique and Paige, they actually do need a big over there. Angel she would have fit in with them, with that Dallas team, but then she probably looked at it like, mm, they kind of in the same position as the Sky. Like they're not gonna be continuing to win. They didn't look good. They didn't look good last year. So boom, probably crossed them off. Then she looks over at the Lynx. The Lynx has been a team that's been contending for the last 2 years, got to the championship one year, but also they lost it. She probably looked at them and said, they got a squad over there, but also me and Fee, we play the same position. And then who really wants to live in Minnesota? So they were probably there probably was out for her. And then Phoenix. The Phoenix is another contention, but if I'm not gonna lie to you, if I had to pick between Phoenix and Atlanta, as far as cities to live in, I'm picking Atlanta all day. So, not saying this is why she chose it. I don't know. This is all speculation. This is just me talking. So she probably chose Atlanta for those reasons, and I think Atlanta is going to be really, really good for her brand and the things that she wants to do anyway. And it's just a black city. Like her going to this city is just perfect for her brand, for her personality, for everything. So, like I said, the only way what Chicago got in return for her, because they essentially got nothing in return for a two-time All-Star, one of the best rebounders in the league, one of the best defenders on your team, one of the biggest faces on your team. Y'all let her go. Um, like I said, I think they did it as a favor because Angel chose to go to Atlanta, and like I said, it was speculations that Dallas even offered their first round pick, but they said that Angel was heavily involved in where she wanted to go. So her picking Atlanta it's gonna be lit over there. I ain't gonna lie. And they already said like her jerseys already sold out, the tickets is skyrocketing. So Atlanta gonna be so lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this is a good move for Angel. I think this is a good move for Atlanta Dream. Adding Angel to that roster. We already know who they got over there. Brittany Griner, Nas Hillman, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard. They got a squad over there, but I'm just gonna be anxious to see in these next couple of days what they're gonna do with Brittany Griner. Honestly, if I'm Atlanta, I'm letting Brittany Griner go. Like I'm just BG is not the same player she has been in a long time. But if you just want to keep BG over there for that veterans presence, Angel never really had that with the Chicago Sky. So if you just want to have that for her, like to kind of teach her to be able to work with a big, I'll probably keep her for that reason. But other than that, I probably would let BG walk. But we gonna see. We gonna see. It's gonna be real interesting to see if they can keep Breonna Jones and Nas Hillman on this roster as well. But we'll see what happens with that. But overall, man, I'm really just baffled. Like I'm probably more happy than Angel is that she's out. That she's out of Chicago. Like Chicago is a dumpster fire right now. And like I said, I just had no interest in watching them last year. Like I absolutely did. I'm not even gonna lie, but guess what? Hey, we taking our talents to Atlanta. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm an Atlanta Dream fan. Wherever Angel go, I go. So and I like the I like the WNBA as a whole too. Like I really like Alicia Gray. I think I really came into liking Alicia Gray was probably that All-Star 2 years ago when she won that the skills challenge. And I'm just like, hey, I really like Alicia Gray. She really a bucket. So um, there's a few players in teams that I like, but I'm always gonna ride for Angel. Like I said, I've been riding with Angel since LSU days. So wherever Angel go, I'll go. So we'll see what's gonna happen. The only thing that I'm kind of sad about, like Angel is leaving behind. Sorry, Angel is leaving behind Camilla. They got to get Camilla out of that too. Free Camilla for the shackles of Chicago as well, because I don't know what they're gonna look like. Like I said, we all gonna see what they're gonna do. I did see a little bit earlier before I got on here that they did see an qualifying offer to Area Atkins, which they already knew they was gonna do that. They gave up their entire future for her, so of course they were gonna send her a qualifying offer. But I really hope Camilla goes somewhere else, especially if she don't get traded. Like definitely after her rookie contract and her rookie year is up, hey, get me up out of here, send me somewhere else. Because at this point, who would want to go hoop in Chicago? Like if Angel Reese can even get players to come hoop with her, and Angel tried to recruit players while she was there. That's the thing. Angel tried to recruit Gabby Williams, and Gabby Williams is like, girl, I'm not stepping foot nowhere back in Chicago. The way they did me, I would never ever play for that franchise again. And there's just other players that's been there, like big name players, the Courtney Williams, Kalia Copperworth. They're like, y'all had all these big name players and everybody wanted out. So that should tell you everything. So I just don't see anybody wanting to even go play in Chicago. Like Angel was literally they last hope, they last little anything over there that was kind of holding that team together. She literally was the one holding that team together low key. But if nobody wanted to come hoop with Angel, nobody ain't gonna want to go hoop with Camilla and Area Atkins and old Courtney Vandersloot and Kia Nurse and Rachel. Man, anybody who's trying to go hoop with them? Like, let's be for real. But we're gonna see how everything gonna turn out. I'm just really surprised that Jeff P even still has a job at this point. What he's done up to this point has been malpractice, and I don't know if he married to somebody, niece, daughter, somebody, he is in cahoots with somebody that this man still has his job. Because if this was any other sport, like this was any other team or organization, like you would have been fired up to this point with everything you have done, that roster you put together, your trades, your future that you gave away, like you would have been fired by now. Like honestly. So, but we'll see what's gonna happen going forward. And I just think this whole situation has just been crazy. And then Chicago had the nerve to put a statement out talking about, oh, we parted ways, to create some roster balance. What roster balance? Angel was the balance over here. Like, what are we talking about? But they've been doing shady stuff for a long time. Like, I don't want to speculate and put things out there, but the things that I seen on the internet, when she first got drafted to this team, it's kind of looking like it's got some validity to it, because Jeff P have gotten rid of everybody that Teaspoon wanted on this team this far. And that's all I'm gonna say. But hey, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I just wanted to pop in and say that I wanted to hop on yesterday when everybody was doing their videos, but I was out and about and I went home and I couldn't get in front of my camera. I didn't even have my portable mic or anything. I need to start putting it in my car so I can start going live when these things happen in real time. But these are my thoughts. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Like, y'all happy for Angel? I'm pretty sure y'all happy for Angel too. A lot of Sky fans are happy that Angel was out. And look like we all heading to Atlanta. Like, everybody is heading to Atlanta right now. A lot of people is happy to see Angel going to Atlanta. Atlanta, the city of Atlanta is just gonna embrace her. Like, Atlanta is just one of those cities where it's gonna be so lit, and I can't wait to see how she's gonna fit in with this team. I'm definitely gonna be hitting up going to Atlanta and hitting up some of these games. Like, I definitely want to see Angel play. I seen her when she came and she played against her rookie season. I went to the game and she played against the Dallas Wings, and I went to that game. So I'm very excited to be able to go to Atlanta and go check her out and on this new team. So that's my thoughts on this trade. We're gonna see what's gonna happen for the rest of the WNBA. We got a week long to see what's gonna happen as far as free agency. And like I said, I got some things come for y'all too. I'm not really too much, your basketball girly, but I think I'm gonna do a little pivot. Since football season is gonna be a little slow, I'm probably gonna be popping in, doing little videos here and there. So we'll see. But again, if you're not following the page, make sure you hit that. Make sure you hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. I'm acting like I'm on Twitter. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all get in the comments. Share this page. Let people know that I be doing football content. Like that's my brand. But of course, anything that's gonna be going on with Angel Reese and Atlanta Dream, I'm probably gonna be covering as well. Like I said, it's gonna be kind of slow during football season. So if y'all like my content, hit that subscribe button and I'll see y'all next video. Bye.